Good Sunday morning here, MYHA Bantam Black hockey fans. We're back here again for some more action from the Benson Civic Center, as Moorhead is going to take on Park Rapids today in the championship matchup here for District B Bantam hockey. Both teams have already punched their ticket to regionals in 2 weeks in Princeton, Minnesota. Today is for the championship title of District 15 Bantam B hockey. Moorhead got their way here by wins against Prairie Center and Brainerd. Park Rapids made their way here with a win against Detroit Lakes and a thrilling overtime winner yesterday against Alexandria. Starting lineup for the Spuds. At center, Kane Kalhoff. Left wing, Cam Mounshaugen. On the right wing, Reese Oswald, Logan Brecky, and Donnie Copeland on the blue line, and Alexander Davis on net for the Spuds. Face-off underway here. Centering pass taken away by Copeland. He finds Brecky. Brecky punches it out. Park Rapids flips it in from the red line. Dumped down deep into the far corner. Copeland will chip it up along the boards to Oswald. Now back down low to Copeland again. Centering pass tipped away by Kalhoff. Park Rapids able to chip it in deep, and Brecky able to bank it off the glass up and ahead. Mounshaugen and Kalhoff race for it. Park Rapids defender there to chip it away. Back through center ice comes Park Rapids. They send it in down low. One-timer goes wide of the net. Kalhoff picks it up along the boards. He gets it up ahead to Cams Mounshaugen. Mounshaugen with a 2-on-1. Centering pass. And penalty forthcoming, or roughing, against Park Rapids. Cam was looking for Summers cutting down the wing, but the defender was there to block that pass. Number 7 for Park Rapids goes to the box for roughing. And just 1 minute in the game here, and the Spuds get their first power play of the game. Beckett Miller, Summers, and Jet Steen back with us today, along with Hasbargen and Welsh at the blue line. Welsh drops it off, centering. That pass off the mark, and Park Rapids able to clear. Hasbargen gets it to Welsh. Welsh gets it cross ice to Beckett Miller. Beckett drops it off at the face-off circle. Summers spins around. Summers now behold the net. Now Summers drops it off for Steen behind the goal line. Steen gets it up to the far boards to Miller. Beckett. Top of the face-off circle. Shot there. Goes high into the glass. Now Welsh sidesteps one. Beckett on the far face-off circle. Shot there. That one missed the net again. Now Welsh sidesteps once. Cuts to the middle. Hands it off to Summers. Summers fans on it. Gets his rebound. Shoots it. Stayed there by the goaltender. Now Beckett working on the forecheck. Now stolen away by Summers. Summers to Steen. Shot. Scored! Beautiful puck movement there by the Spuds on the power play. And Jet Steen gets the Spuds on the board. Nice puck movement there by the Spuds. Patiently waiting for a cutter with a lane. Jet filled that lane. Summers put it on his tape, and he buries it for a 1-0 lead on a power play goal for Jet Steen. Blaha battles with Blaha out here with Woodard and Kalhoff. Banked off the boards, up ahead to Woodard. Woodard centering pass to Kalhoff, just out of his reach. Blaha leaves it back for Kalhoff along the near boards. Now it comes out to the point to Copeland. Copeland throws it high and wide of the net. Brecky settles it down low. And Park Rapids able to clear. Stolen away by Donnie Copeland. Donnie leads the rush in. Now held in by Blaha. Blaha battles along the boards, but Park Rapids finally able to clear out to center ice. They lead the rush into the Moorhead zone. Poke checked away by Copeland. And finally, Brecky able to punch the puck free. Woodard out with it near center ice. Gets a poke checked off his stick. Now Beckett fresh off the bench. Beckett and a Park Rapids player collide to the ice. Park Rapids gains possession. And Park Rapids will dump it deep as they make changes. Welsh from behind his own net. He'll stop. He finds Mounshagen on the near boards. Mounshagen hits Oswald, cutting up through the middle. Oswald, wide to the left, throws the one on net, and the goaltender will glove that and hang on to it for a whistle. 11:28 left here in the first period. Spuds lead 1-0 on a first period power play goal by Jet Steen.
Here's your code.
Thank you. Mounshagen along the far boards. Walks up front into the middle. Throws one shot and scored. Cam Mounshagen finds the back of the net, and the Spuds quickly lead 2-0. Face-off underway. Mounshagen picks up the loose puck off the face-off. Tries to drop it off for Beckett. Beckett toe drags it to the far boards, but Park Rapids will pick it up and ring it around to the near side. Park Rapids trying to flip it out, blocked by Oswald. Oswald poke checks that away. Hasbargen not quite able to hold at the blue line, and he'll send it back to Welsh to settle things down. Welsh banks it off the boards. Now Welsh will lead the charge up ahead. Gets a poke checked away. Now Welsh up along the near side. Park Rapids poke checks out of the way, and they get to the center ice and dump it in. Summers along the far boards. Gets it to Kalhoff. Kalhoff feeds it up to Steen. Steen drops it off for Summers. Summers gets checked from behind. Knocked to the ice. Steen will dump it in deep. It'll ring around to the far side for Kalhoff. Now Summers from behind the net. Finds Copeland cutting down. Copeland's shot goes up high into the glass. Clearing attempt held in by Jet Steen. Jet tries to poke it along the boards. And Park Rapids finally able to chip it clear. Copeland rushes. Quick shot there and a glove save by Davis. So face-off will come down here in the Moorhead zone. Quick shot there by Park Rapids at the face-off. Goes high into the glass. Copeland working behind the goal line. Now Beckett Miller steps in to help out. Copeland comes up with a loose puck.
Come on, guys.
He's not able to clear. Park Rapids now dumps it back deep again. Beckett steps in to help out, and he fits up Woodard on the far boards. Woodard, lead pass up to Blaha. Blaha spins it up the left wing. Woodard down behind the net. Blaha tries to center, and that's intercepted by Park Rapids. Park Rapids up through center ice. That's poked away by Copeland, and Woodard will chip it in. Woodard chips it to Beckett. Beckett throws a backhander wide of the net. Now to the point to Pass. Pass dumps it in low. Woodard give chase in the far corner. Park Rapids gets to it first. Beckett picks up the shot. His shot blocked. Out to the point. Welsh steps up to chip it in. Woodard sends it in down low. Park Rapids able to finally control and kick it out to center ice. Oswald to pick up the loose puck. He leads the charge for the Spuds and catch Park Rapids on a change. Quick shot there, just goes wide. Kalhoff now hands it down below the goal line to Oswald. Oswald centering pass. Kalhoff was tied up in front of the net. And back out to center ice, where Welsh will settle things down. He'll find Oswald. Oswald cut through the middle. Leaves it for Mounshaugen. Mounshaugen just got it poked away from him at the last second. Now Park Rapids clears up to the point. Welsh holds. Welsh hands it off. Kalhoff. Kalhoff throws it on net. Welsh banging down low. And Park Rapids finally able to cut clean with it. Hook then at cross ice. Foss will settle things down. Just pass off the mark. And Park Rapids will throw it in on net from the red line. Davis will use a blocker save to the corner. Welsh gets Kalhoff up ice. Nice pressure by Oswald. Now stolen away by Kalhoff. He tried to feed it back to Oswald, but to no avail. And it'll come all the way down to the Moorhead end, where Brecky will pick it up as he's fresh off the bench. Brecky in all alone as the Spuds are making changes. Brecky rolls one in on net, and the goaltender will cover that up for a whistle with 7:05 left here in the first period. Spuds lead 2-0. First period goals by Jet Steen and Cam Mounshaugen for the Spuds. Summers off the faceoff, sends it over to Steen. Steen unable to get a shot off as he was tied up. Copeland will spin back to center ice. Summers will dump it in. Spuds will give chase. Park Rapids ringed around to the far side. Cross ice pass. Copeland tried to intercept but could not grab it. Centering pass by Park Rapids, taken away by Brecky. Brecky up along the near boards of Steen. Steen unable to clear. Centering pass, shot there. Backhander goes high up over the net by the Panthers for Park Rapids. Beckett Miller picks up the puck on the loose side, gets it up ahead to Summers. Summers tied up with another player, and penalty coming. Hooking call coming up against Park Rapids. Summers was getting tangled up with a stick. So 6:19 left here in the first period. Spuds go on the power play again. Kalhoff in to take the face-off. Mounshaugen gives chase behind the net. Now it comes loose along the far boards, and Kalhoff will calmly pick it up, settle things down for the Spuds. Down to Mounshaugen, centering pass. Oswald up front. Shot just goes wide. Oswald hustles to it. Now it comes to the point to Hasbargen. He'll throw one in. Rebound. Kalhoff there couldn't quite get a stick on it as he was tied up. Mounshaugen feeds it over to Oswald. Now it comes to the far boards. Welsh will step up to hold it in. Mounshaugen covers at the point. Welsh chips it into the center, but Park Rapids there to clear. And Hasbargen will settle things down at center ice. Hasbargen, his pass too hot for Mounshaugen. Now drop it over Welsh. Welsh to Oswald. Oswald drops it off for Kalhoff. Spuds can't quite get an entry here going. Now they'll settle things down. Hasbargen will walk it in. Drop off for Mounshaugen. Mounshaugen back down low to Hasbargen. Mounshaugen now chips it behind the net. Nobody there but a Panthers. And they'll pick it up and flip it out to center. And that one will go the distance for icing on Park Rapids. 41 seconds remaining here in the power play for Moorhead. Miller, Steen, and Summers will come back out with Copeland and Brecky. Comes out to Brecky at the point. On the near side to Copeland. Copeland's shot goes off a skate. Beckett, shot. That just trickles wide of the net. That looks like it hit a body or a skate up front. Now Copeland. Spuds enter into the zone. They chip it in. Panthers flip it back out to center ice. Copeland there. Copeland loses an edge, but able to recover. Good stick work there by Donnie. Miller's pass for Summers off the mark. Now Copeland feeds it to Summers. Summers lead the Spuds through center. Panthers back to full strength. Spuds dump it in behind the net. Jetstein will give chase. Beckett picks off that pass. Tries to dump it in. Summers, quick shot there. That gets deflected off a stick over the net. Beckett, Beckett almost banked it off the goalie's skate, but it comes forward instead of going back into the net. Park Rapids leads the charge back through, and it's an offsides on the Panthers. So 3:50 left here in the first period. Still a 2-0 lead for Moorhead. Face-off coming just outside Moorhead zone. Panthers win the face-off. They dump it in deep. Wells sends it to the far side for Poss. Poss up to Woodard. Woodard unable to get it out, but Kalhoff picks up the loose puck and leads the charge up. Up ahead to Woodard. Woodard tries to go around the Panthers. Panthers chip it back out to center ice. Now Blaha takes it away. Gets a poke checked off of his stick. Panthers try a centering pass. That's intercepted by Kalhoff. Kalhoff banks it outside the blue line. Panthers have to get back onside. Now they come along the near side. Drop pass. Poked away by Kalhoff, and he'll chip it down the ice. Kalhoff will give chase. Panthers at center. They dump it in. Davis leaves it for Welsh. Welsh leads the charge for Moorhead. Wells up ahead, got numbers, 3 and 2. Wells just got poked away at the last minute. Now Wells stays in the offensive zone. Finds Blaha up at the point. Blaha's shot, rebound loose. Woodard on the side. Now Copeland with it. Copeland tried to feed Blaha, that went off his skate and back the other direction. Wells will chase it down. Wells chips it out. Wells tries to hit Beckett, but that pass was in his legs. Panthers. Pass was tipped. And it's a high stick on Moorhead, as that was played with a high stick by Moorhead, so the faceoff will come down here in the Moorhead zone on that one. Brecky off the faceoff, banks it up ahead. Intercepted by Park Rapids just outside the blue line. They get everybody on side, now they dump it in. Carried in down low by one of the forwards for Park Rapids. Centering pass blocked by Moorhead. Oswald, lead pass for Mountsaugin just out of his reach. Mountsaugin will continue on the forecheck pressure. Cleared out by Park Rapids to center ice. Centering pass blocked by Moorhead. Oswald knocks it down and gets it out. Nope, Park Rapids able to hold. Now Copeland will retrieve it below his own goal line. He'll find Mountsaugin. That pass off the mark, but Mountsaugin will pick up the loose puck. He'll send it cross ice for Oswald. Oswald will get the red line and dump it deep as Moorhead makes changes. Park Rapids up to the near side, up through center ice, cross into the Moorhead zone. Drop pass, gets through everybody. Brecky picks up the loose puck. Now he leads the pass up for Kalhoff up the ice. Kalhoff with Summers, 2-on-1. Park Rapids regains, centering pass. Oh, Steen just whiffed on it. Now Kalhoff will send it up to the point to Hasbargen. Hasbargen throws it in on net, looking for a tip. And Park Rapids able to control. Clearing attempt held in by Welsh. Welsh shot misses high. Kalhoff tries to rebound. Now it comes to the near side. Welsh again holds at the blue line, and they say it snuck out this time. So now Miller will come out with Blaha and Woodard. Face-off just coming outside the Merck Rapids zone. Blaha able to hold. Beckett to Woodard. Woodard shot. Oh, that one goes off the post. Now Woodard centering pass. Goes right to a Park Rapids player. And that's the end of period number 1. So after one complete period of play, Moorhead leads Park Rapids 2-0. We'll get the Zamboni break coming here after the first period, so we'll go on pause and we'll come back for periods number 2 and 3 here in about 10 minutes. All right, welcome back here, folks. Back to the Benson Civic Center here for the period 2 and 3 of this championship matchup for District Bantam B hockey between the Moorhead Spuds and the Park Rapids Panthers. Spuds with 2 goals in the first period, lead 2-0. Jet Steen and Cam Mounshaugen for the Spuds. Panthers dump it in deep. Copeland sends it over to Mounshaugen on the far side. Mounshaugen pushes it out to center ice. Loses it at the red line. Now he'll just chip it in. Oswald will give chase. Up along the boards. Panthers able to control and chip it out to center ice. Copeland will settle things down. Copeland up to the red line. Dump it in. Oswald giving chase. Panthers bank it off the board. Stuck away by Kalhoff now. Kalhoff throws it on center. Oswald throws a soft backhander on net. Copeland throws it on net from the blue line, and the goaltender will glove that up for a whistle.
Need that.
Beckett Miller in to take this face off with Summers and Steen. Summers with a quick shot just wide of the net. Steen will run it down on the near side. Steen hands it off to Beckett Miller up front. Or excuse me, behind the net. Beckett battling down low. Now Summers gives forecheck as Park Rapids spins around from behind their net. Summers blocks that pass. Summers causing a lot of trouble here for Park Rapids trying to get it out of their zone. Now Welsh at the point. Welsh centers it. Looking softly for a tip down in the corner. And Park Rapids finally able to hold. Loose puck comes out to center ice. Welsh banks off the board, just out of Steen's reach. Now Park Rapids works back through center ice. Summers takes a handoff from Beckett Miller. Summers tries a backhand to Beckett. Beckett, quick shot there. Pad save by the goaltender for the Panthers. The Panthers gather it behind their goal line. And they chip it out to center ice. Haas spins it around. Summers chips it in. Beckett battling in the corner. Comes around to the near side. Long lead pass. Intercepted by Copeland. Copeland sends it to the near side, just out to center ice. Panthers looking to work it through the neutral zone. Pass blocked by Woodard. Woodard chips it ahead. Woodard with a step. Woodard in alone. Shot, save, rebound, just rolls wide.
Right back in.
Kalhoff unable to hold it in, so he decides to bring it out. Get everybody on side.
In.
He'll settle it down to Brecky. Brecky cross ice over to Copeland. Copeland up ahead to Blaha. He tipped it to Woodard, but Woodard overskated it, and back comes Park Rapids. And that's an offsides on Park Rapids as they had a player that just stepped out of the box in the zone, creating the offsides. Face off, one to the far side. Park Rapids chips it up along the boards. Park Rapids dumps it into the zone. Brecky will give chase. Brecky works along the boards. Now Brecky able to control it and carry it out through center ice. Brecky goes wide on the right side. Cutting. Throws a shot on net, but that gets blocked. Now Park Rapids chips up along the boards. Kalhoff holding at the point. Brecky unable to hold it, and it comes back loose into the Moorhead zone. Copeland will have to chase it down. Oh, he overskates it just a hair. He recovers. Now Donnie leads the charge, gets it up ahead to Kalhoff. And we got a penalty coming up against Moorhead for interference against Garrett Blaha. So Blaha goes for interference with 11:34 left here in the second period. And the Panthers will go on the power play. Face off one back to Welsh. Welsh gets it up ahead to Summers. if he can get to it. And nope, too far. Another face-off win by Beckett. Welsh behind his own net. Chips it up off the boards. All the way out to Summers. Summers with Beckett, 2-on-1. Beckett. Summers. Oh, he couldn't get a stick on it. Summers had a wide open net to tap it into. And it rolled on the net on the goalie, but the goalie there to make the save. Face off, Summers along the boards. Tries to chip it in deep. Park Rapids able to clear out to center ice. Good poke check there by Hasbargen, as it was 1-on-1. Welsh down low. Park Rapids rings it up to the point. Now they set up their power play. And Park Rapids puts it up to the point, but nobody there to grab it, and they'll have to go back and get onside. 1:10 remaining here in the man advantage for Park Rapids. Poke checked away. Puck rolled on net. Welsh able to clear. Now Park Rapids controls at the point. Centering all the way down below the goal line. Welsh tries to tip it to himself. He loses. Oh, everybody's standing around watching him. Let the player walk right out front. Centering pass, shot, saved by Davis. Centering pass. One-timer whiffed on by Park Rapids. Now Welsh picks it up. Welsh tries to get it up ahead to Summers. Now he finally does, and Summers is offside. Welsh had trouble getting it out of his skates. Get the pass off. So face-off will come back down just outside the Moorhead zone, because that's where the pass originated from. So Kalhoff and Steen will come out here with Brecky and Copeland. 21 seconds remaining here in the man advantage for Park Rapids. Park Rapids dumps it in. Copeland. His clearing attempt blocked. Park Rapids holds it in the zone. Park Rapids goes cross ice of the D. Now down to the faceoff dot. Shot there, blocked up front. Another shot. Blocker saved by Davis. Now Park Rapids sets up their Moorhead back to full strength. Park Rapids looking for a wraparound. Davis there to hold the post. Now Park Rapids. Oswald deflects that one as he comes out on the help. Now after the penalty to Blaha expires. Back to full 5-on-5 hockey here. That shot blocked by Kalhoff. That one deflected high up into the glass. Now Oswald picks up the loose puck. Park Rapids continue to hold the zone. Now finally stolen away by Brecky. Brecky to Steen. Steen gives it up ahead to Kalhoff. Kalhoff cuts in down low. Kane spins around to the top of the faceoff circle. Now he'll leave it to the far corner for Steen. Steen works along the boards, gives it down to Oswald. Oswald, shot there, rebound loose. Oh, Kalhoff couldn't get a good wood on the rebound. Oswald out to the point to Brecky. Brecky shot. Another tip by Kalhoff. Rebound loose. And Park Rapids able to clear. Pass off the mark. Brecky will hustle to it. Nobody covering in front of the net. Oswald races to the loose puck. Now Oswald leaves it for Beckett Miller. Bellick and Miller fresh off the bench. He gets a poke checked away. Now Brecky rings along the near boards. Park Rapids holds at the point. Brecky picks it up along the boards and finally gets it out to center to Mounthagen. Well, Park Rapids back the other direction. Centering pass blocked by Beckett. Beckett gloves it down. He leads the charge up ahead for the Spuds. Gotta get that a little deeper, Beckett. We need to make changes. We got 3 kids out here who have been out here for a long shift. Long pass there by Park Rapids bails us out as we get an icing against Park Rapids. Tough shift there for the Spuds, but they managed. Killed the penalty. Lots of offensive zone pressure by the Panthers. A couple players got stuck out there for a long shift. Spuds able to manage through it. Now they get an offensive zone face-off. Welsh steals it away. Welsh. Shot there, goes high. And, Kelhoff on the back door looking for a rebound. And Park Rapids able to clear. No, Law there to hold it in. Park Rapids ring it around to the point. Welsh. Hands a low to Kelhoff. Kelhoff to Welsh. Oh, what a beautiful give and goal between Welsh and Kelhoff. But the goaltender there to make the save. And penalty coming up against Woodard. So Blaha goes for tripping. Tripping's the call on the play. So 7 minutes left here in the second period. Still just a 2-0 lead for Moorhead. 2 goals in the first period. Park Rapids goes back on the power play. Face off, controlled. Now poke checked away by Beckett. Beckett and Summers got a 2-on-1. Beckett just chips it in low. He gets knocked down. Long lead pass for Park Rapids. Up through the zone. Shot there, saved by Davis, and he'll cover that one up for a whistle. Now Kelhoff and Steen will come out, along with Welsh and Hasbarget on the penalty kill. Calhoun, 1 to the boards. Park Rapids controls at the point. Now they send it in along the near boards. Park Rapids back out to the point. Shot there, blocked by Welsh. And another penalty coming up against Moorhead as Hasbargen gets called. Oh, they're marking. They're matching minors. I'm not sure what the call is here. We got 2 Panthers that went to the box and just 1 for Moorhead. And of course, Moorhead was already on the penalty kill. All right, so it looks like we're going to have some 4-on-4 hockey here. 4-on-4 hockey. One penalty put up for the Panthers, so we have 1:20 of 4-on-4, and then I believe we'll have a short power play for Moorhead. Steen working at it, but the Panthers able to come out with it. Panthers. That pass intercepted by Kalhoff at center ice. Kalhoff works his way in deep. Panthers steal it away down below. Now they quietly look to come up through ice, up through center. Brecky, poke checks it wide to the boards. Panthers recover. Now along the near side. Oh, beautiful play there by Jet Steen with the stick work to deflect that pass. Now back into the zone. Stolen away by Copeland. Nope. Poke checked away by Park Rapids. Now Park Rapids works down low. Copeland, centering pass, now taken by Brecky. And Brecky able to carry it out. Brecky up to the red line, dump it in as he goes for a change.
Should be another one. What's going on?
Now poke checked away by Monshaugen. Monshaugen with pressure in below the goal line. Monshaugen working down in the corner. Now Oswald will give chase as the Panthers look to exit out. They bank it off the glass and out to center ice. Picked up by Welsh. Now Moorhead back to full strength. Welsh leaves it for Monshaugen. Monshaugen to Beckett. Beckett unable to get a shot off, and Panthers clear. Isaac Foss will hurry back and chase it down. He gets a lead pass. That goes off of Oswald's stick.
No, let's go.
Tipped in by Park Rapids, though, so no offsides. Now they bring it around to the near side where Foss holds it in. He hands it down to Beckett. He's unable to handle the cuss. Monshaugen from behind the net, centering pass. Beckett. Oh, what a save. Hookta. Beckett thought for sure he had one there, but flashed in the leather is the goaltender for the Panthers to keep that one out of the net. And now both teams back to 5 aside. Face off one picked up by Beckett. Beckett unable to get a shot off. Now Welsh picks it up. Welsh tries to throw one on net. Everybody's over skating it here. And finally back out to center ice. Foss spins around. Now hands it off to Monshaugen. Monshaugen up ahead. Dumps it in down deep. Oswald hustles to it. Reese down below the goal line. He's looking for a centering pass. Now it comes up to Brecky. Brecky tried a soft shot pass. No, Welsh with it. Welsh down to Monshaugen. Monshaugen. Shot gets deflected. Goes behind the net. Now Oswald gets up to the point. Good stick work by Brecky to hold it in at the point. He gets pitched off and the Panthers able to clear. Now Welsh steals it away. Gavin works his way down low. Centering pass. Another centering pass. They both get blocked. And Panthers able to get it out to center ice. And that's going to be a Beckett as Beckett Miller with the takedown here on the near side. And with 3:16 left in the second period, Moorhead goes back on the penalty kill. So Kalhoff will come out and take this face off. Summers is the other forward along with Brecky and Copeland. Brecky, beautiful flip up off the glass and out. Panthers chase it down in their own end. Summers gives chase. So they got to play it. Doesn't get to the icing mark. Now at center ice, Summers chips it back in. Kalhoff will hurry up and give chase. Kalhoff hustles to it. He pins it up against the boards. He gets pinched off by 3 Panther players. Long lead pass for the Panthers. Gets too far for everybody. And that one's an icing against the Panthers. Face-off now coming in the Panthers zone. Panthers control. They go across ice and got up through the neutral zone. They dump it in deep, in behind the net. Brecky, from behind his goal, sends it around the far boards. Panthers there to corral it. Panthers now set up their power play. Now they send it over to the near side. Panthers just sitting at the perimeter. Now they try to cut to the middle. Shot there, it goes high. Now on the near side. Sends it in behind the goal line. Panther forward right up front. Shot there and a save by Davis on the one-timer from the faceoff dot. 1:44 left here in the second period. 27 seconds remaining in the man advantage for Park Rapids. Face off loose. Out to the point. Good pressure there by Jet Steen, and Jet Steen gets it up to Mounshaugen. Mounshaugen off to the races. Gets caught. It's all right. He'll settle it down. He'll find Steen. Steen up front. Spuds kill off penalty time. Now Park Rapids will ring it in all the way around to the near side. Wells trying to poke check it away. Moorhead back to full strength, and Beckett Miller, fresh off the bench, able to clear. He gets up to Mounshaugen. Spuds got numbers, 3-on-1. Gets it to Beckett. Beckett shot high into the glass. Now it's worked down low to Steen. Steen's shot saved by the goaltender for the Panthers. Steen was on the back door. Now Mounshaugen up to it, and the Panthers flip it up and the length of the ice for an icing on Park Rapids. So 41 and a half seconds remaining here in the second period. Kalhoff in to take this face off. Park Rapids. The big fling down the ice. Icing's waved off as Copeland will hustle to it. Now stolen away by Park Rapids. Up along the boards. Oswald gets it out to center ice to Summers. Summers to Kalhoff. Kalhoff tries the center. That gets blocked by the Park Rapids player. Now below the goal line. Summers. Under 10 seconds remaining here in the period. Tries to leave it down low to Oswald. Comes up to the point. And that's the end of period number 2. So after 2 complete periods of play, still a 2-0 lead for Moorhead.
Let's go, Spuds!
So we'll go to the third period with the Spuds leading 2-0. We'll take a quick timeout here. We'll be right back with period number 3. right, here we are ready for third and final period. Spuds lead 2-0. Third period on the line for the District 15 Bantam D Championship. Kane Calhoff, Cam Mountshaugen, Reese Oswald, Gavin Welsh, and Isaac Poss start the period for the Spuds. Puck loose, picked up by Mountshaugen. Mountshaugen with some space, turns on the Jets, up and through the zone, goes wide, cuts in, shot. That one goes off the post and up into the netting. Face off, battled, picked up by Park Rapids. Lead pass too far for everybody, and that's an icing against Park Rapids. Face off comes back to Poss. Poss throws one on net, rebound loose. Calhoff couldn't quite get wood on that one. Centering pass. Comes through the crease. Moorhead unable to hold, and Welsh have to go back to get onside. Welsh banks it off the boards, but not out. Stolen away by Park Rapids. Shot there, goes wide. All the way around to the near side. Park Rapids will dump it in deep. Welsh finds Oswald. Oswald chips it up, not out. Now he picks up the pass and intercepts and carries it out. Poke checked away by Oswald. He's got Mountshaugen down the center. Oh, Mountshaugen got tied up. Couldn't get a stick on it. Now Oswald will feed it out to the point to Welsh. Welsh steps around one. Tries to dump it in. Now steals it away. Welsh steps up. Oswald shot and oh, what a save. Oswald couldn't. Puck was rolling and he couldn't get wood on it. Welsh found Oswald on the backside. Oswald looked like he had a wide open net. Summers off the faceoff, feed out to Copeland. Copeland back down low, now picked up. Beckett unable to grab it. Copeland throws a deflected shot up over the net. Now Steen chips it in down low. Summers poke checks it to the near side. Now intercepted by Beckett. Beckett, top of the faceoff circle, hands it to Summers. Steen with a one-timer out front. And the goaltender hangs on to that one for a whistle. Face off, Summers unable to corral it. Park Rapids able to chip it out. Donnie Copeland will chase it down. He'll bank it off the boards. Summers finally able to control it, and he'll chip it up ahead. Park Rapids will pick it up in their own zone. They go cross ice, too far. Brecky chips it back to center ice. Now Park Rapids brings it around to the near side. They dump it in deep, all the way around to the far side boards. Park Rapids able to knock it down, but Brecky able to come loose with it. Brecky skates it up ahead, gives it to Summers. Summers throws a shot wide of the net, brings around to the near side. Steen will pick it up and dump it in. But Park Rapids picks up the loose puck as Moorhead makes changes. Park Rapids dumps it in deep.
Skate to the puck, boys.
Woodard to it. Brecky banks it off the boards up ahead. Nice work there by Steen as he just alleviated that puck touching him as they're changing. Now Woodard on the pressure. Cross ice pass, too far for everybody. Picked up by Donnie Copeland. Copeland gets it up to Blaha. Blaha tries the centering pass. That's intercepted. Now back comes Park Rapids through center ice. Centering pass, intercepted by Woodard. Woodard flips it outside of the zone. Garrett Blaha gives chase. Park Rapids flips it out, center ice. Now they'll settle down on their own end. The Poke check there by Welsh. Kalhoff now hands it to Woodard. Woodard up ahead. Got Kalhoff trailing. Poked away by Park Rapids. Good defense there. Now stolen away by Kalhoff. Kalhoff tries the centering. Hasbargen steps up. Hasbargen fans on it. And Park Rapids will send that the length of the ice. And that'll be an icing against the Panthers with 11:15 remaining here in the third period. All scoring coming in the first period. First period goals by Jet Steen and Cam Mountshagen for the Spuds. Beckett Miller to take this face off. They win it back to Oswald. Oswald throws a shot, goes off a shin guard of a defender, and the Panthers able to clear out to center ice. Hasbargen gives it up for Mountshagen outside of his reach. Oswald supports. Spud's able to hold. Now Hasbargen at the blue line, unable to hold. Back comes Panthers. They throw a shot in wide. Rebound comes to Welsh. He'll glove it down.
Move the puck.
Centering pass. Hasbargen, his lead pass, intercepted by Park Rapids. Park Rapids will settle it down on their own end. Their pass out of part of the reach, now picked up by Welsh. Welsh leads it up for Mountshagen. Mountshagen cuts through the middle. Leaves it for Oswald. Oswald back for Welsh. Welsh's shot saved by the goaltender. Now the puck comes out of the point. Welsh able to hold. Battle at the blue line. Welsh tries to backhand it down to Mountshagen. That exit pass taken away. Oswald tried to leave for Beckett. Now Welsh holds at the blue line. Welsh tries to leave it. Now Beckett able to hold it in. And finally Park Rapids clears out to center ice. Copeland sidesteps one player. His pass off the mark as the Spuds are making changes. Now Park Rapids dumps it in from the red line. Copeland will pick it up behind the net. He gets rushed off the puck. Centering pass intercepted by Kalhoff. Kalhoff leads the charge for Moorhead. Up along the right wing. Now Brecky steps up at the blue line. He tries to chip it in, and Park Rapids sends it back to center ice. Brecky sends it up along the boards into the Panthers zone. Panthers settle it down to their own face-off dot. They flip it out to center ice, all the way down to Donnie Copeland. Donnie now gets it up ahead to Steen. Steen, his pass intercepted, and Panthers dump it back down deep. Down to 9 minutes remaining. Copeland working down below his own goal line.
Nope.
Panthers come out front. Backhander, save. Loose puck, shot, another save. And Summers finally chips it out. Summers with Kalhoff. They got numbers with a trailing Steen. Shot. And an interference call coming up as Summers scores on the play. But that was after the whistle as Kalhoff gets called for interference. So, on the breakaway, Summers scores, but the penalty was called prior to that as Kalhoff goes to the box for interference, and Panthers go back on the power play. Loose puck comes on net, and Davis will cover that up. Beckett Miller and Cam Mountshagen with Copeland and Brecky on the start this penalty kill. Shot there, blocked by Beckett. Mountshagen unable to get a stick on it. Now Park Rapids tries to center it. Brecky calmly flips it out to center ice. Mountshagen gives pressure. Now Park Rapids works up through center ice, carries it into the zone. Drop pass there. Pestered by Mountshagen.
Get there, stick.
Shot there.
Yes. Good job, Beckett.
Stick by Beckett. Another shot, rebound loose. And there's Cam Mountshagen to pick up the rebound. Good job there. One of the Spuds penalty killers. Cam gets a poke checked away. Now Park Rapids works it up through the zone. Drop pass. Shot there, and Davis with a stick save, and he deflects that one up out of play.
so predictable.
1:11 left here in the man advantage for Park Rapids. Steam for the face-off. Park Rapids controls at the point. Now they dump it in low. Welsh will get to it. Welsh gets it up to Summers. Summers up across center ice. He chips it in. Steen with pressure. Now Welsh will step up. Welsh tries to hold it in. Steen gets to it. Steen with pressure. Killing off penalty seconds for Spuds. Jet working with the puck in his feet. Now loose to Welsh. Welsh banks it off the glass, but that one will go too far. And an icing against Moorhead. Face-off loose along the boards. Park Rapids runs it down low. Centering pass. Picked up. Brecky settles it down. He banks it up the glass softly up ahead to Mounshaugen. Mounshaugen with Oswald. 2-on-1. Oswald rolling puck. Getting him much on the backhander. And the goaltender jumps out and covers that up for a whistle. 6 seconds remaining here in the man advantage. Park Rapids controls off the face-off. They work up through center ice. Spuds back to full strength. Copeland calmly dumps it back out to center. Kalhoff out on the ice now. Gives pressure. Now loose. Mounshaugen hustles in. On the forecheck. That one goes off his helmet. Brecky picks it up and settles it down. Gets it to Kalhoff. Kalhoff tries to chip it in. Kalhoff loses control of it. Now he leaves it. Oh, he turned it right over. Quick shot there. Centering pass goes right through. Kalhoff gets it out to center ice and sends it all the way down for an icing. Dangerous play there for the Spuds. As a quick little turnover turned into an opportunity for Panthers. 6:04 remaining here in the third. Spuds still lead 2-0. All the scoring coming in the first period. Welsh and Poss out here. Beckett Miller, Woodard, and Blaha. Welsh is clearing an attempt. That went off a stick. Poss hustles to it. Poss calmly chips it in deep. Cross-ice pass for Panthers. Beckett puts a stick on it. Panthers dump it in. Welsh gets to it. Welsh easily walks through everybody. Up ahead. Welsh drops it off the far side for Beckett Miller. Beckett carries it in, throws a backhander on net. Now Beckett tries to center it to Blaha. Blaha's pass. Welsh holds it at the blue line, dumps it in deep. Park Rapids looking to make chances now, trying to get a guy leaking back. Now loose puck. Beckett banks it off the glass. Blaha dumps it in. All right here in front of me. Spuds make wholesale changes. Down under 5 minutes remaining. Park Rapids up on the rush. Now Park Rapids, centering pass, blocked. Kalhoff kicks it up ahead to Summers. Summers chips it up ahead.
On him.
Now Panthers spin around at center ice. They chip it in. Brecky hustles to it. Brecky banks it off the glass. Summers. Now poked away. Summers now carries it out. Summers Carries it in deep. Centering pass. Panthers pick it up. Unable to clear. Brecky calmly sends it in on net. Down to 4:10 remaining here in the period. Rung all the way around to the center ice. Copeland intercepts it. Copeland carries it in deep. Throws it softly on net. Summers unable to get to the rebound. The Panthers corral it. They look at the exit. Their pass off the mark deep. Goes all the way down to Donnie Copeland. Donnie turns around. Lead pass up ahead for Oswald. That gets intercepted. Panthers now carry it in. Centering pass blocked by Monshausen. Oswald tries to chip it out. Shot there. Fluttering puck on someone in the backside. Oswald, good work to hustle to the boards. Unable to get it out though. Good stick work there by Reese Oswald to stay with it. Panthers stay with it.
Gotta want it.
And now Beckett finally picks it up and clears it up off the glass. And Oswald's up ahead. He's in all alone. Shot, save, and quick opportunity there for the Spuds. Panthers goalie there to make the saves. 3:06 remaining here in the third period. District 15 title on the line. Spuds lead 2-0. Blaha will take this face-off. He wins it to Kalhoff. Kalhoff shot up front. Woodard. Woodard throws a backhand just wide of the net. Now Panthers settle it down. They're looking for their exit. Deflected away by Blaha. Now Kalhoff takes it away. Kalhoff enters the zone. Kalhoff throws one right off the side of the iron. Spud looking to just keep this puck deep. Keep control. Centering pass to Woodard. Woodard unable to get much on it, so he just chips it in. Nice interception there by Blaha. Blaha carries it in. Shot. Rebound. Asbargen holds it in at the point. He'll dump it in. 2:20 left here in the third period. Now the Panthers bank it out. Gets past everybody. It'll come on net, so Davis will come out and play it. He gets it up to Blaha. Blaha unable to control it. Now it comes all the way down low to Welsh. Welsh will settle it down. Welsh gets up to Woodard. Woodard unable to quite corral it. Now Panthers settle things down in center ice. They get to the red line and dump it in.
And 6.
And we got a timeout called by the Panthers.
All right, boys.
All right, here we are. Final minute 47. Championship matchup here between Moorhead and Park Rapids. timeout is over. Beckett Miller against team Joe Summers. Copeland and Brecky for the Spuds. We weren't really sure what that whistle was about. Nice poke check by Brecky. Moorhead trying to pull, or Park Rapids trying to pull the goalie, but the Spuds taking that away. Now the Park Rapids have to settle things down. They drop it off. Goaltender pulled, empty net for Park Rapids.
Play it, Joe. Play him.
Park Rapids runs it in down deep. Poke checked away, taken away by Copeland. Copeland banks it off the glass and out. Can Summers get to it? He does. Summers in alone. Shot. Empty netter. Joe Summers.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful work by Donnie Copeland down in the corner. He created that with the steal and the little flip pass off the glass. Summers did the hustle work, got to it, and put it in the empty net. And it's a 3-0 lead for Moorhead here with 1:05 remaining. Woodard at the center, dumps it ahead. Park Rapids chips it up ahead. Park Rapids carries it into the zone. And tripping call coming up against Logan Brecky. Logan gets a stick in the skate. Trips up a Panther player. And power play for the Park Rapids here with 56 seconds remaining. Oswald wins it back to Hasbargen. Hasbargen banks it off the glass and out. Moundshagen turns on the Jets. Moundshagen gets there to negate the icing. Good hustle there by Cam. Park Rapids now settle things down on their own end. Oswald banks it back out to center ice. Looks like no intention here to pull the goalie now for the Panthers with 30 seconds remaining here in the game. Panthers pick it up, fire a shot, save. Hasbargen rips it off the glass. And that one will go the distance for an icing against Moorhead with 20.2 seconds remaining.
Oh, he falls. He falls.
Miller didn't take the face off. Wins back to Hasbargen. Hasbargen throws at the length again, and that's an icing. 15.7 seconds remaining. Becca Miller to take this face off. Park Rapids wins it along the boards. Centering pass, shot, blocked by Welsh. Welsh throws at the length of the ice, and that's an icing. 7.9 seconds. Face off, one to the boards. Park Rapids takes it in down low. Centering pass comes through everybody. And that's going to run the clock down, and that's a winner. And your Moorhead Spuds are your District 15B Bantam B champions.
Game, boys.
Customary handshake at the end of the game. So both teams now moving on to regionals, which will be taking place in Princeton, Minnesota in 2 weeks. Along with Brainerd, who won the third place game here today against Alexandria, so they move on to regionals as well. So from District 15, it'll be Moorhead will be the 1 seed, Park Rapids will be the 2, and Brainerd will be the 3 seed. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone, here from the Benson Civic Center. Moorhead defeats Park Rapids 3-0 to take the District 15 Bantam B Championships. We hope to have some more live action for you here next week. Not sure what the schedule is. I'm sure they'll be looking to add a game or two to prepare for regionals, but thanks for joining us. From Benson, Minnesota, everyone have a wonderful Sunday afternoon, and we'll see you at the rink.